Have you ever felt a tremor beneath your feet? A subtle shift that signals something immense is about to change. It's not always an earthquake. Sometimes it's the quiet unease in the markets, a feeling that the ground rules have been rewritten, and no one knows what the new rules are. Think of a ship sailing into a fog. The captain can still steer, but the landmarks are gone. Every decision is made in uncertainty, every course correction a gamble. That's what it feels like for businesses right now. For investors, for you watching your savings, your future, navigate these unpredictable waters. Recently, a ripple of optimism spread through Wall Street. The Dow surged, a climb of 2.5 percentage points. It felt good, a momentary lifting of the weight. But what caused it? A whisper, really. A report that the Treasury Secretary, behind closed doors, suggested a potential cooling in the trade war with China. A hint, a possibility, that the storm might subside. But optimism, like a fragile bloom, can wither quickly. Because beneath that single day's gain lies a deeper, more troubling story. A story of escalating tensions, broken promises, and a growing sense of instability. This isn't just about numbers on a screen, it's about the real-world consequences for families, for jobs, for the future we're building. Let's be honest. We've become accustomed to a world where trade was a complex, but largely predictable system. Businesses understood the costs, the risks, the potential rewards. They could plan, invest, and create jobs with a reasonable degree of certainty. But that certainty is gone, replaced by a constant barrage of tariffs, threats, and shifting demands. It's like trying to build a house on shifting sand. These tariffs aren't just abstract economic policies. They're taxes. Taxes paid not by the countries they're aimed at, but by us. By American consumers, by American businesses. Companies like Verizon are already signaling they'll simply pass those costs on to you. That coffee you buy, the clothes you wear, the products you rely on, they're all getting more expensive. And when prices rise, what happens? Your paycheck doesn't stretch as far. Your dreams feel a little further out of reach. And it's not just about immediate costs. It's about the chilling effect on investment. Why would a company commit billions of dollars to a new factory, to new jobs, when they have no idea what their costs will be in 6 months, a year, or 5 years? The uncertainty paralyzes growth. It freezes innovation. It stifles opportunity. Imagine you're planning a wedding. You have a budget, a vision, a dream. But then someone keeps changing the rules. The venue costs double. The caterer triples their prices. The florist suddenly demands cash up front. Would you proceed with confidence? Or would you postpone, cancel, maybe even abandon the whole thing? That's the dilemma facing businesses today. The situation is further complicated by a parallel struggle, a clash between the president and the Federal Reserve. The Fed, designed to be an independent body, tasked with maintaining stable prices and full employment, is now under constant attack. Accusations fly. Threats are issued. The very foundation of our financial system is being questioned. This isn't just political posturing. It's dangerous. The Fed's independence is crucial. It allows them to make decisions based on economic reality, not political pressure. To undermine that independence is to invite chaos, to erode trust, and to jeopardize the stability of our entire economy. It's like demanding the referee change the rules mid-game, simply because you're losing. And what if the president attempts to remove the Fed chair? The legal battle would be immense, the market reaction swift and brutal. The verdict, as one analyst put it, would be delivered by the markets before the Supreme Court could even convene. The markets understand the importance of stability, of predictability, of a level playing field. We're already seeing the consequences. Companies are announcing layoffs, scaling back investments, bracing for the worst. It's a slow burn, but the embers are glowing red. And it's not just happening here. The International Monetary Fund has revised its global economic forecasts downward, citing the trade war as a major factor. A slowing global economy. Worldwide trouble with inflation. These aren't isolated events. They're interconnected, cascading consequences of a reckless and unpredictable trade policy. And the irony. The president rode to power on a promise of a strong economy, a promise of jobs and prosperity. But now, the economy is becoming his biggest vulnerability. He's shifting the focus, talking about immigration, about attacking universities, anything to distract from the growing economic storm. But you can't distract from reality. The polls tell a stark story. Disapproval ratings on the economy are soaring, reaching levels rarely seen before. People are feeling the pinch, seeing their purchasing power erode, and they're not fooled by the rhetoric. They know what's happening to their pocketbooks, and they're not happy. Some argue that the president is simply playing a long game, that these tariffs are a necessary evil to achieve a better trade deal. But what if the cost of that deal is too high? What if the damage to our economy, to our global standing, is irreversible? It's also worth remembering that the promise of a quick fix, of easy solutions, is often a mirage. Lowering interest rates, for example, won't solve the problem if businesses still don't know what their costs will be. It's like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a teacup. The underlying problem remains. The core issue isn't about trade deficits or currency manipulation. It's about trust. Trust in our government, trust in our institutions, trust in the stability of the global economic system. And that trust is being eroded, day by day, by a policy of chaos and confrontation. This isn't about left versus right, or Democrat versus Republican. It's about sound economic policy versus reckless disruption. It's about long-term prosperity versus short-term political gain. It's about the kind of future we want to build for ourselves and for our children. We often talk about the economy as if it's some abstract force, something separate from our lives. But it's not. It's the sum of our choices, our actions, our investments. It's the foundation of our communities, the engine of our dreams. And right now, that foundation is shaking. So what can we do? We can demand transparency. We can hold our leaders accountable. We can insist on policies that promote stability, predictability, and sustainable growth. We can engage in thoughtful dialogue, challenge assumptions, and seek common ground. And perhaps most importantly, we can remember that economics isn't just about numbers. It's about people. It's about their hopes, their fears, their aspirations. It's about creating a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The fog may be thick, the seas may be rough, but we have the ability to navigate these challenges. to steer a course towards a more prosperous and secure future. But it requires courage, wisdom, and a commitment to truth. It requires recognizing that the tremors we feel are not just economic, but moral. A warning that we must choose carefully and act decisively to rebuild the foundations of trust and stability that have long sustained us. Because ultimately, the strength of our economy is inextricably linked to the strength of our character. The question is, will we rise to the occasion